In this video, you will learn how to use your new Cisco phone. Let's begin with the very basics. To call a coworker's extension, just pick up the handset and dial the extension. To call an outside line, just dial the 10-digit phone number. To answer an incoming call, simply pick up the handset. To answer a second call while you're already on the phone, press the blinking line button. The current call will automatically be placed on hold. To return to the original call, just press the blinking line button a second time and press answer. This will automatically place the original call on hold. This is the voicemail message indicator. A red light means there's a new voicemail message waiting for you. To check your voicemail, simply press the messages button, enter your PIN, and follow the voice prompts.
You have one new message.
If this is your first time checking your voicemail, press 0 for mailbox options, to record your name or greeting, or to change your PIN. And now a general overview on how to use your phone. We will cover how to put a call on hold, how to forward your calls to other extensions or phone numbers, and how to transfer a call. Okay, let's begin. These are your line buttons. The backlight indicates the line status. Green means idle. A fast blinking red light means you have a call coming in. Red means it's in use. And a slow blinking red light means you have a call on hold. These are your soft keys. Each soft key corresponds to the label above it on the LCD screen. The important thing to remember about soft keys is that their functionality changes depending on what you're doing on the phone. When the phone is not in use, for example, the soft keys will allow you to do things like forward your calls or send them straight to voicemail. However, if you are on an active phone call, each soft key will serve a different purpose, allowing you to transfer your calls and set up a conference call, for example. We'll come back and see what these soft keys do in just a moment. Okay, this is the navigation button. It lets you navigate the lists and options on your LCD screen. When you want to choose an option, just press this button in the middle. Over here on the left, we have several function buttons. The first one here is your messages button. To check your voicemail, simply press this button, enter your PIN, then follow the voice prompts. And this one here is the setup button. Press this to adjust the settings and preferences on your phone, as well as access your call history and change your speed dial. Let's take a look at a few of these settings. First one we see here is recents. This is your call history. You can see that there are 4 different categories. Let's look at placed calls. These are some of the calls that I have previously placed. Now I can toggle through them and call them by pressing this button. Another setting that we can look at is speed dial. To enter a speed dial, hit edit and then choose the name of the speed dial and then enter the phone number. For this speed dial number 2, we've attached number 230, and that's it. Hit save. From now on, whenever you dial 2, it will call that number. And these are just a few of the settings that you can change through the setup button. Next, this is your directory button, but we'll come back to this one in just a moment because it does the same thing as one of your soft keys. This is the hold button. Press this to put a call on hold. Whenever a caller is on hold, you are also given the opportunity to transfer the caller to a coworker's voicemail. To do this, simply press the XFIR button and enter the extension. And over here we have the call transfer button and the conference button, but we'll come back and take another look at these later. And here we have the volume button right next to the standard keypad. And then over here we have the speakerphone button, the headset button. Press this to enable your headset, and the mute button. Press this if you don't want the other party to hear you. You'll still be able to hear them, but they won't be able to hear you. To turn it off, simply press it a second time. Okay, let's go back and take a closer look at these soft keys. The first one here is redial. This will show you a list of the last 60 calls that you've placed. You can scroll using the navigation button, and when you're ready to call, you can press the call soft key or simply pick up the handset. Next up is the contact soft key. There's both a soft key and a physical button. The contact soft key holds your contacts list. To access your directory, simply press this button and search for the contact you wish to call. To add another contact, press the More soft key, which is the 2 dots, and then press the Add soft key. Use your keypad to enter the name and the phone number for the contact, and then press the Save Soft key. To search your corporate directory, press the Contacts soft key, then scroll down to Corporate Directory and search by name. The corporate directory is a shared list of contacts. It should include everyone's extensions as well as any contacts provided to Monmouth Telecom by the customer. This is the Call Forward button. This allows you to redirect incoming calls to another extension or phone number. Simply press this button, enter an extension or phone number, and the phone will read it back to you.
Unconditional call forwarding for extension 130 is set to 285. If it is correct, press 1 or press star to cancel. Unconditional call forwarding has been enabled.
To turn it off, press the More soft key and press the minus Call Forward button.
Unconditional call forwarding canceled.
And now we'll look at the D&D soft key. First, to see the D&D soft key, you have to press the More soft key, which is these two dots right here. Okay, there it is, the D&D soft key. Pressing this button sends all incoming calls directly to voicemail. A notice will show on the LCD screen letting you know that the D&D has been turned on. To take it off, simply press the Clear D&D button. In this next portion of the video, we will take a look at some of the features that are available to you when you're on a live call. If you would like to follow along, please pause the video and place a call either to your cell phone or a coworker's extension, and then come back to the video. The first three soft keys you're going to see are Transfer, Blind Transfer, and Conference. Okay, let's start with Blind Transfer. When you're on a phone call and you want to perform a blind transfer, simply press the Blind Transfer soft key. This will place your caller on hold and give you a chance to dial the destination. When you're finished dialing, you can hang up the phone. The blind transfer has already been completed. Okay, next up we're going to look at a regular transfer. When you're on a phone call and you want to perform a transfer, you can either press the transfer button or the transfer soft key. This will place your caller on hold and give you a chance to get a hold of your coworker and prepare them for the call. Once you have your coworker on the line, you can complete the transfer by pressing the transfer soft key or button a second time. This bridges the two calls and completes the transfer. Okay, let's move on to conference calls. When you're on a phone call and you want to conference an additional party onto the call, you can press either the conference button or soft key. This will place your original caller on hold. Next, call the party whom you're adding. This can be an extension or a 10-digit phone number. This will connect you and give you a chance to privately inform them who is on hold and invite them to the conference. Once they have agreed, press the conference button or soft key a second time and your conference will begin. Do you want to leave the conversation without hanging up the entire call? Press the Join button. This will join the other two callers and drop you from the call. And last, we're going to look at call parking. Call parking is a way to place a caller on hold and retrieve that caller from any extension on the system. When you're on a phone call and you want to park the call, simply press the Next Page button. This will bring up the Park soft key. Pressing the Park soft key will park your caller and announce to you the position where they're parked.
701.
Remember this position. You will need it to retrieve the call at a later time. At this point, the call can be retrieved from any extension in your system. Simply dial the parking lot number and you will be reconnected with that caller.